photos said, the prettiest thing about it is the friendly bar with the original colored tiles and the absolutely faultless drinks. They also said, hopefully, the program will, in time, reach the artistic level of this interior. That is perfidy. The program has already reached this level, and Die Fledermaus is without a doubt the best German cabaret that has been seen to date. This extract comes from a short essay by the Viennese feuilletonist Egon Friedel. He was talking about an interior space, a space that is celebrating modernity, known as Die Fledermaus. Formerly named Nachtlicht, it was a cabaret designed and run by the Wiener Werkstätte, the Vienna workshops. It opened in 1907 and was only open for a few years as bankruptcy ended business in 1913. Die Fledermaus epitomized the notion of Gesamtkunstwerk, which roughly translates to a total work of art that utilizes all the senses. And Gesamtkunstwerk was first coined by the German composer Richard Wagner in the mid-19th century. It was upon this ideology that a group of avant-garde artists, known as the Vienna Secessionists, had based their whole movement, for if they were able to unify the arts, they may in turn be able to unify society. The two secessionists, Joseph Hoffmann and Koloman Moser, adapted the ideology of Gesamtkunstwerk to fit their next venture, which was the Wiener Werkstätte. The Werkstätte opened in 1903. It was a community of workshops with different departments producing high quality and unique everyday objects that blurred the boundaries between high art and the applied arts. In 1907, the Werkstätte opened the Cabaret Fledermaus. It was a project supported by the Werkstätte's financier Fritz Werndorfer, the son of a wealthy Jewish industrial magnate. His patronage of modern art, particularly of Die Fledermaus, was a symbol of rejecting his Jewish past and assimilating into modern culture. The location of Die Fledermaus was based underground, removed from the bustling Kärntnerstraße of inner-city Vienna. As the visitor descended into this cavern-like space, designed by architect Joseph Hoffmann, they would see that it was made up of two rooms. First, there was the smaller bar room, which I have here, and this was lined with thousands of bright and intricately designed tiles, most of which were designed by Karl Hollitzer, a caricaturist and a singer who also performed at the cabaret. The critic Ludwig Hevesi described the barroom. Its decor is an original coup of decorative fantasy. The walls and the bar itself are covered with an entirely unknown kind of mosaic. Over 7,000 tiles of every conceivable color, enormously effective, of which some 1,000 are adorned with pictures and drawings, vignettes, symbols, caricatures, modern emblems, portraits, lampoons, and reptiles. Hevesi's description paints a picture of a scrapbook-esque layout, this amalgamation of strange and beautiful artistic pieces was fitting for a location where art came to flourish in all its forms. The second room was the auditorium, the performance area. Its seating capacity was minimal, with only 225 seats, and unlike the barroom, the auditorium was neutral colored. It was black and white. Everything in this space was a work of art, from the stage and the repeated great motif on the walls down to the furnishings and table decorations. It was semicircular in shape, just like any other performance space that you would find, like the Burgtheater, for example. However, unlike the Burgtheater, there was a closeness in this small, womb-like venue. Its underground location meant that this was a place where art was contained, where art was safe. This was a public space made intimate. The menus and playbills were designed by major artists such as Koloman Moser, Gustav Klimt, Emil Orlik, and Josef de Vecchi, like we can see here, producing visual scenes and patterns that complemented the superior quality of the interior space. And in time, the Werkstätte even produced postcards advertising a beautiful interior. we come to the program, which was comprised of various forms of Kleinkunst. Theatre, comedy, poetry, which sounds like Kakania. The sketches, monologues, and poems by the eccentric Peter Altenberg were frequently performed. His piece, The Masks, debuted on opening night. The performance of it was described as weirdly stylized female forms with evil eyes who delivered gnomic utterances to very bewildering music. The young Oskar Kokoschka, an artistic prodigy, also wrote performances for Die Fledermaus. In 1909, his playlet, Sphinx and Straw Man, a play for automata, humans become mechanical dolls, ruled by lust and have an equal desire for sex and self-destruction. As one can imagine, this very avant-garde program was greatly criticized by the Viennese public. One minister was said to have stated, "Well, I could also understand that people might find these things very pretty and good. It's ultimately a matter of taste." To which Egon Friedel replied in his defense, "No, Excellency, it is not a matter of taste, but a matter for taste, and therefore no matter for Vienna." To keep the Cabaret Fledermaus, with its decorative interior, its quality advertising, and its unusual program, functioning as a total work of art, a Gesamtkunstwerk, proved to be an overzealous venture and became too costly for Fritz Berndorfer to maintain. The Cabaret was not sustainable. Its reputation, its popularity, and eventually its financial stability teetered on edge until it could no longer stand by itself. And just like the Habsburgs themselves, its reign came to an end, as it no longer could continue to be the artistic masterpiece that it once was. Thank you.